G'day, everybody. I'm here with Paul. Paul's from the UK. Paul,
Hi, Steve.
a little bit about you.
I've been in marketing for about 15 years and then turned professional as a photographer. I've been doing mostly weddings and events and parties where I'm by and large out of control because events like that are pretty crazy. And since meeting Steve in September last year, I am now adding to that business to add a studio-based portrait business currently at the end of my garden called Cherish Studios. And that's just starting to get going until we had to stay at home and shut everything up. But when it's open, I'm super excited to offer both businesses to the same set of clients. And I'm here to help if I can.
Awesome. Awesome. So you asked a question about where are you based? Sorry, you're in London, right? Just outside of London.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
London.
So you asked a question about Father's Day and whether you should do any marketing. Now I'm scared because you told me you've been in marketing for 15 years. What are you talking to me about marketing for? Oh my God.
Well, the principle of marketing to your clients, even when times are tough, like right now, it's even more important to stay in touch and to be seen to be the guy that's not being dragged down by events.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you go on the basis that necessity is the mother of invention, which means that we have to invent creative ways to keep our business and our brand out there. Because we need to, because there's no other business around and people are not going to be being shot. Then something like a Father's Day promotion, and Father's Day is going to be in just under 3 months from now in the UK, so right. 21st of June. And it just made me think that tying up the fact that we've got a lot of quiet time, families are at home, and they can start thinking about what they want to do to celebrate their family and the connections within their family when we're all allowed out. Made me think that maybe I could do something around Father's Day.
Okay.
That was the thought.
Okay, so traditionally, we had the most success with newborn dads more than any other dad. They were the easiest to get in, and they tended to be the ones that came in a lot more willingly. But back in those days, I didn't have the skills in the language and in the questions, understanding the NLP that we do now. So although back then I felt that that was the market we were targeting, I believe that because of the way we do business now, and because of the way we have more control over our language and our focus in bringing families together, asking the right questions, I think we can expand that. At the moment, we've got lots of families at home, and I think people are looking for ways of entertaining their kids and ways of keeping them occupied and out of their hair, sort of. I think you could create something quite fun and set kids a task that's going to help you not only qualify people and get them engaged, but also provide activities that families can do together. So if I were you, I would run a 7-day challenge or a 10-day challenge or something like that to your database and set them a task a day, and then get them, organize some winners. It could be daily, it could be an end prize. Maybe you're doing daily prizes and then final, prizes, depending upon what they come up with. So I'd make it fun. I'd make it more like a treasure hunt, or make it like some tasks. So, day one, maybe it's taking a photo of a funny photo with dad. Day two might be interview dad about when he was your age and find out from him and it's all about what we're about. It's about getting people to spend quality time together. Um, at the moment, there are a lot of people being forced to spend time with their kids and a lot of people are going to be handing them an iPad or an iPhone or the TV, or
Yeah.
Netflix is
Yeah.
going mad. The internet's not coping. Getting them away from that and maybe setting them some tasks, find out what dad was doing, you know, at your age. So it might be a 2-year-old, it might be a 5-year-old, it might be, they've got kids at different ages. And so then he has to, remember what was I doing it to? What was life like when I was 5? What was life like when I was
Yeah.
7? Whatever that was, and to tell a story,
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
them a story about that. And maybe, the kids are all into iPhones and stuff. Maybe get them to video an interview with dad.
Yes.
Yeah. Because,
Yeah.
um, you know,
Yeah.
and
Idea.
then maybe one of the things could be um, asking the kid to record themselves and ask them a set of questions where they have to record when I love you the most, Dad, is when you, and get them to finish that sentence.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
maybe come up with a few questions that we would love to ask them and we would normally ask them, but maybe coming from their own children could
It's
mean
almost
something to
like
them.
it's almost like getting the kids to do a discovery call on
Yeah,
their own dad,
yeah.
but
And
videoed
then
and in a
they're
cool,
entering
fun
it.
way.
But then you can pick your favorite one for the day, or you can pick your favorite one and share it, obviously with their permission,
Yeah. Yeah. Of
happy to
course.
do that. Or maybe it's just an audio file if they don't want, a photograph of their, you know, and, maybe, part of this thing is that you're going to share it on your social pages. So I think, it could be fun to involve dad and involve the kids and make it a bit fun and make it an activity type
Yeah.
based.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the one with a marketing degree. I don't know whether this qualifies as marketing. You've
No.
got
No. No.
rest
It's
right now.
fantastic, but I mean, my marketing was more based around sort of actual brands, product brands. But this is exactly the kind of thing, because the the
I think
the
you need to
point is
think
that
about who do you
when
want to
Father's
get in.
Day actually comes, they will think about
No, you're
there'll
going
be
to
so
book
much
them in
more
now for this.
predisposed.
So you're going to book them in now for this. Like they're going to interact with you. They're going to send you the stuff. And those people that are actually doing this, and you know, they're they're the ones that are connecting with their dads. They're the ones that are coming up with some awesome stuff. And you're interviewing the dads at the same time. Um, you're going to book them in for Father's Day
Yeah, 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 yeah.
or leading up to Father's Day. So when is Father's Day for you? Because I know England does it all the other way. Like you don't even have the Queen's birthday out down right. Like we do it in June. I think it's June 16 or June 15. When do you celebrate Queen's birthday? Have you gone? What's going on? You've frozen, haven't you? So what do you think of that, Paul?
I think that's brilliant because it captures the zeitgeist of what's happening right now, which is everyone being at home and trying to think of ways to entertain each other and have fun and
Yeah.
not be an extended Christmas where everyone just get on each other's nerves. So that
So,
is perfect. I will package a fun promotion,
okay.
probably based around something like say a £500 gift certificate. Buy it today for 100, as long as, well, not as long as, but combined in that is a series of fun activities to do in the build up to the actual photo session.
Well, maybe people could be earning credits every
Yeah,
day.
earning an extra £25 for your gift certificate.
Yeah, or £50 a day for each
Yeah,
exercise that they complete and do a good job. on, and
Yeah.
in the end, or whatever, you work out what the numbers are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
You've got to be confident on your
but what
numbers.
I,
Yeah,
what I would like you to do before you launch this is to think about. You remember how we were working on the avatars during Empower? There's might be 2 or 3 different avatars that you might want to be attracting um,
yeah,
in this. What's some of their language?
yeah,
What is it? What are their biggest fears? And what is it that you want to say to them? And use their language, use all those things that maybe they're not telling you as part of the treasure hunt.
yeah,
So maybe one of your avatar's biggest fear is, um, I don't have enough time for my kids. That's one of their biggest fears. And so you can design something around dads making time for their kids. So maybe one of the challenges is that, and try to get them outside if you can. Are they allowed outside in their own backyard?
At the moment, yes.
Okay, so maybe one of the challenges is set up a picnic with dad and photograph you guys setting up and having a picnic in your own backyard with dad. Um, and, make him, whatever that is. You don't have to use what I'm saying. I'm just,
Yeah,
making
yeah,
it up.
no, no, I know exactly what you're saying.
So depending upon that age group that you're trying to pull, different things are going to be, relevant. Maybe, they have to collect different things out of the pantry that start with a letter of dad's name, and they have to line it all up and photograph it. And,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah,
his name's Tom, it might be tomato sauce. O is an
yeah,
onion. M is a
yeah,
marmalade.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
they put that together, and then they photograph it and send it to you. So just
yeah,
make it, something a bit, focused on dad, focused on, the fact that we've been given the gift of time, and that gift of time is something that we should be treasuring, and that we should be, spending at least 5 or 10 minutes per day dedicating with some level of presence towards someone we love.
yeah, yeah,
So I don't know. I think
yeah,
perhaps you could design something really interesting.
yeah.
I don't think just right now, putting out an offer that's of any monetary value is, um,
It's
you
a
know,
bit blunt, isn't it?
yeah, I think you could make it a game. You could make it interesting. And, if anything, if people don't take it up, then at least you brought families together. You've got them interacting. You've got them, on your social page, playing and having fun, and you're finding out stories. People are starting to share their stories.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting kids to record, or mums to, record what they've just said about their dad, and, maybe their
And
time.
would you start with a obviously with like a discovery call? Would you start with the dad and find out what it is that he wants most of all from this time,
No, I would start
as
with,
well as have,
I would
or you
make it
start with kids?
I would start with the kids and make it a fun interaction thing, because, I think mums right now, or not just mums, parents are looking for activities. They're looking for things that they're going to do with their kids. Make it educational in a way where, they have to find certain things that spell his name, or
Yeah. But would you preface the whole thing with discovery calls, or would you just work out a fun package and just put it out there?
I would um, build the discovery calls into your activities, and let the kids do the work for you, and let the mums do the work for you, to start screening all of the people that you could potentially give away some major prizes to eventually. But make it all about community, make it all about fun, make it all about getting kids to interact with their dads, and getting dads to interact with their kids on the lead up to Father's Day, so they can walk into Father's Day feeling like they've just had time to soak up their kids, and really
Yeah,
be
yeah.
a great dad for them by the time Father's Day comes around. And then, maybe 6 weeks or 2 months before, if we're allowed to photograph people, um, you could be selling gift certificates and shooting for that day. So then that way they've got photos on the wall.
Yeah, 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 totally, totally.
But
Great idea.
I would
Brilliant.
make, I would make it fun. I wouldn't make it a, a Facebook.
It's not a transactional thing.
No, you don't want to make it a Groupon deal.
No, no, no. God, no. No, no, no,
I
no.
think, as great as Groupon sort of is as a company,
Yeah.
I think that right now people are looking for ways to bring people together, and you could make it really fun. And if you
100%.
take, if you think about your avatar and the sort of questions you would be asking, how can you build that in so then a child feels that, or a child instigates that, or dad is instigating it and it's coming from him? So maybe you're asking him to build something, or make something with one of his kids. Pick one thing that you would love to make together, and photograph yourself um, making it. Photograph
Yeah.
photograph the
You
preparation.
could almost do it in three ways. You could do kind of stuff for mum to do for dad, stuff for dad to do with the kids, stuff for the kids to do for dad,
Yeah,
and then stuff for the whole family.
yeah, and I would also include stuff that dad could do to honor his wife.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's not
So
forget the other
it
side
is,
of that. So, for him to feel like, yes, he's a father, but he's also somebody's husband.
yeah,
And
yeah,
the only reason he is a father is because of this incredible person that he
yeah.
has in his life. What could he do to honor her? And maybe it's a 10-day challenge. I don't know.
Well, in fact, I was just on the phone this morning to a wedding client who just had a pair of twins born, two boys.
Mhm.
And we were talking about something else that I'm doing at the moment anyway, not related to Father's Day. And I got into a full kind of discovery call with her about, life having changed and the twins and what that's brought out in them as a couple and their new
Mhm.
family. But I got some real nuggets from her about the husband and the quality that she saw in him now that he's a dad, that she knew was always there, but it never actually really came out until the twin boys arrived. And she said sensitivity. And she
Right.
said, I always knew he was a sensitive guy, but everyone always said, Alex never smiles, he never shows any
Yeah.
emotion, whatever. And then the twin boys turn up. And that was the word that she used,
Well,
sensitivity.
maybe that could be the question that you ask the mums. If becoming a dad has brought out a certain quality that you knew existed, what would that be? Or you word it the way you want to word it. So
Yeah, yeah,
what have your kids brought out in dad that um what have your
yeah.
what qualities have your kids brought out in your have they highlighted in dad that never really became obvious until
The
they
kids
came
came
into the
along.
world?
Yeah,
Something like
yeah.
that.
So it's like you're building a physical manifestation of a series of different discovery calls that traditionally we would do on the phone
Yeah.
in the build up to a shoot, but we're actually getting people to kind of make the results into a fun package
Yeah.
of
A-
something.
and by doing that, they're beginning to qualify themselves for whatever you're planning on giving away.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because there will be people who will absolutely bite onto this, and then there will be other people who will just,
Yeah.
can't be
Or
bothered.
they might do 1 or 2 days and they don't go through the seven
They
days.
might just give up.
But if you've got somebody that'll do the 7-day challenge or right through to the 10-day challenge, then and consistently they're giving you beautiful emotional, they're really getting into it, they're probably going to be great clients.
Awesome. Yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't know how you want to reward them. You could reward them daily and they could build up to something, or you could announce 25 winners, or you could, I don't know, you could maybe call them and, and qualify them and say, oh my God, your daughter was amazing. Your son was amazing. I love, who you are as a father. And then do a discovery call as a final thing. And then say, my God, you've moved me so much. I'd love to give you whatever it is
Yeah.
you want to give them.
Yeah.
That's up to
Yeah.
you.
Perfect. Perfect.
Does that help?
Amazing. Brilliant. Brilliant. It's a box of ideas. Love
But
it.
I mean, you could
Thank
still do a specific target for newborn dads, because I would use a double-edged sword here, because traditionally that's worked really well. So photographing newborn dads was an easy target, and there's going to be kids that are being born right now in these crappy times. They haven't been able, or maybe they haven't, because they're not allowed out. We're not allowed to photograph anybody. They've missed out on those newborn photos. Those beautiful ones that Kelly Brown takes.
you.
They have to be within a week or two of probably the first
Yeah. Yeah.
week actually, and then they become less flexible. They become, too big for that. So, by the time this is
Yeah.
over, there'll be lots of people that have already passed that. Where do they go to get, some beautiful photos? So
Yeah.
those,
Yeah. I said to this mum who was a bride of mine. She said, I absolutely want to do the photo shoot, but I want to wait until the babies are sitting up,
Mhm.
so I don't have to keep holding the back of their neck. And I remember something you said at the last Empower is to make a list of those milestones that at, say, for example, month 7, normally a baby is sitting up and you don't have to hold the back of the neck and whatever.
Yeah.
And I said that to her, and she went, "Oh, is that what happens at month 7?" I said, "Yeah, yeah. By and large, that's when it's ready." And she went, "Oh, great. Well, then let's book in for then, which is in like 6 weeks.
Right.
I mean, if we were able to. But anyway,
But
whatever."
that also,
Um,
what does that say to her about who you are?
well, I'm thinking about her and the future and what we can be doing, and also I'm knowledgeable. She can
Yeah.
rely on me.
You know what you're doing. You know about
Yeah,
babies, and you already presented yourself as an expert. And,
yeah,
that's what they're looking for in someone.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
looking for an
Totally.
expert.
And interestingly, I spoke to another bride because I've got this other project going on at the moment, and
We're not moving on to weddings. We're going to do that separate.
okay, and it's not to do with weddings.
Oh, okay.
It's it's another thing I've come up with.
All right.
And she's going into labour tomorrow. The baby's due tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
she's like, ah, because she's going into hospital.
That's where all
She's
the,
absolutely petrified.
well, I would be scared, totally scared to go into hospital right now, because there's sick people in there.
Tell me about it. You're more likely to pick stuff up in there than you are outside.
Absolutely.
Drop the
Absolutely.
baby in the bath, honey. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
All right. Now let's wind it up and say thank you, and then we'll cut this,
Okay.
this little bit out.
Awesome.
Um, so is that a plan for you, Paul? Is that okay?
That's a great plan. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen,
Okay.
and I will
Well, it'd
report
be
back.
great for you to report on, how it all goes, and just share what the results are. I think, just having the ability to give something to your community and, solve some of their needs right now. And their needs are, we need something to do with the kids. We need to keep them occupied. They have the gift of time. What do they do with that gift of time? And sometimes they
Yeah.
just need that little bit of a, someone to
Nudge.
reach out to them and give them a little bit of a push.
A
Um,
nudge. Yeah.
so you could promote this through, if your kids are in school, normally I know my kids have a school page where mums and dads can post things on the school, there's like a parents page on
Yeah.
Facebook. So if your kids are at school, or you've got clients that have kids in school that are happy to post that on share it on to the school pages, because they're all looking for something to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so then it can be shared that way. Some of your key clients that have are in touch with other mums might do it. What some of your alliances that you could be doing, maybe you could reach out to some of your alliance or some other businesses that are worried about how they're going to market. Maybe you could include them, and maybe they could offer a prize a day or something for that. Maybe it's a $10 gift certificate towards something when they open up again. Maybe it's, I don't know, you need to reach out to your community, reach out to businesses in your community, and begin to involve them, because then they can put it on their Facebook pages too. So don't forget about all those other businesses that you could be
Yeah,
supporting. Um,
yeah,
they don't know what to do. They're in a dilemma.
yeah,
Involve them, include them, help them, because they can then benefit. You can benefit. They can push it through their Facebook pages, and just have some fun. And then they can
yeah,
be posting the results as well.
yeah, yeah.
Make sense?
Brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, absolutely, fantastic.
Great.
Thank you,
Well, thank you so much for asking the question. Hope that
thank you.
helped. Just
Yeah,
because, we shut down doesn't mean we're not in business.
no,
Our
absolutely not.
doors may be closed. We can't serve the public right now, but in actual fact, we can serve the public by caring and by creating interaction for them.
And now is the time for everyone to be hearing positive messages.
Yeah.
So it's up
So
to us to
don't
get them
make
out.
it a marketing exercise. Make it a fun exercise.
Yeah, yeah,
Involve some of those people that need help. Involve those businesses that are going to need help. Make it fun. Cool.
yeah.
Thanks so
Cool,
much,
great.
Paul. That was great.
Thank
You're
you.
awesome. Thanks, Paul.